back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at us.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. None can compare with the KG done. Better take everybody drops that. Going on reckless, just it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Who are you on your club?
I said drop a bomb, Dad.
Hello and welcome to the Reckless Roundtable. After a great weekend, an important weekend, a live weekend, when we beat them silly sausages from across the city. So I'm not going to get this demonetized, so I'm going to keep my insults to myself. Yeah. Obviously, as you can see, we are joined with Mbuemo, aka Sheikh JJ. Yeah, we got Jackman here, Riri, and Sheikh Wajid as well. Of course. Not gonna throw away the Sheikh conversations just yet. Guys,
we call truce on that. Say less.
Game. I forgot about that part. Excited this weekend, man. I always forget things, important stuff, but just excitement. You know what? Let's head straight into it, man. Game reaction. So you know what? Sheikh JJ, you're gonna go first, mate.
Oh my God. All right. I'll do it. Well,
yeah, Mr. Pessimism. Yeah, let him go first.
Hey, I will do.
Let's
I
get
will
rid of
do
him because he went one of the ones that
do not do that.
Let's get rid of him.
I double dare you not to do that. Let me tell you something. You see, there is multiple level to this Manchester United thing of a thing, right? Because I caught some what do you call it? Best of enemy. I saw that KG was seeking some spiritual help towards Sunday. And I was like, it would be important for my brother not to be alone. So because of that, first thing, I make sure that I was in church on Sunday. If I stayed at home to watch that game, we probably would have lost. So I couldn't even catch the first half of the game, but spiritually I was there. And, you know, even the way the Bible said it said upon Anfield, Manchester United shall receive their own possession. And I was praying and fasting towards that game. And guess what happened? This guy, Mbwems, it happened, man. And you know the crazy thing about this celebration, apparently, this is the same Salah celebration that he did when they dunked on us.
At Old Trafford.
So, yeah. So
you just reminded me. Thank you for that.
Like pause, I'm in love with this guy. Just for that celebration alone. That is the spirit of fighting for the badge. Right? And that's what I saw on Sunday. You know, shout out to everybody from the coach all the way to the groundskeeper. Maybe I'm going to do a little bit of tie. I'm going to thank NHS. By the time we're done with this, I'm going to thank Sam Jim. But on Sunday, I saw a bunch of players playing for the badge. I remember that we came here on one of the shows. We said that during the game against City, that there were no tackles. You can't say that about yesterday. I mean,
100%.
my guys were ready to give these people their legs to take away with them to take home. And that's what we're talking about. We want players that are committed. I don't know, of course, I believe that the coach must have told them something that it got through to them. And shout out to him for doing that. The game was not about, I don't want to say it's not a tactical masterclass, but it's a game that needed more spirit than tactics. Right. And I saw spirit. I saw going for the second ball. I saw players willing to put it all the way on the line. I saw a Casemiro that said, you know what, I'm going to be here for 60 minutes, but I'm not leaving without taking somebody's feet with me. You understand? And I love that. And that's what we showed yesterday. It was a result that we deserved. Nobody, even the ops knew that we deserved that result. It wasn't one of those games where, it's supposed to be a moral victory of 1-1 with the way we played. We played very well. We won our second draws. When the chances were there, we were ruthless with it. And you know, the crazy thing about yesterday, for the first time, I didn't even see Bruno whining to the ref for calls.
Oh,
I don't
no,
know.
wait. Let me stop you right there.
It's too
He
much.
definitely did. He definitely did. He definitely did.
Like I said, I didn't watch the whole game. I had to go watch the replay, so maybe I skipped through some of it. But I didn't see a lot of looking towards the ref from the overall part that I watched. I saw them, they went for their goals, and hey, man, as much as I said over the show that I won the coach out and stuff, the performance I saw yesterday, that was the team performance, that was the team spirit, and all of them, they deserved all the praises that have been going their way.
Do you know what? Thank you very much for that. Just so you know, you're called you a scholar as you're in the midst of your sermon. So, just for you take that in as well. Jackman, what are you saying, sir?
I'm good, man. I was apprehensive, obviously, that I felt like initially the international break would have probably hindered us, and I couldn't see Liverpool losing 4 in a bounce, if I'm totally honest. I was very skeptical, and I'm not gonna come on here and go on like say I'm all now like Amarin's the guy and all that kind of stuff, because before here, the last time I was on here, I was chatting West and I was like, my man needs to go. So I'm still kind of I need to see when United Strand guy gets a trim and gets a fade, then I might start changing my mentality on terms of where we're at and how we're going to move forward. But no, definitely great performance. Yes, you could argue we've seen United play better, but at the same time, what I liked was the commitment. There were some good performances. I just liked a bit to like what JJ was saying. I like the spirit, but that's one thing that I want to see, for example, moving forward. And if I don't see that same level of commitment, obviously against Brighton, we've seen this story before. We've seen how we can turn up for that type of game and put in that type of performance where everyone's fighting for the badge. But no, it was everything that I wanted. And I kind of, if the game was going to go and was going to get a victory out of it, which once again I didn't predict, my wife was fuming with me because she had 2-1. She told me to put a bet on, and I was like, I'm not wasting my money, basically. And so no, what in terms of a result and getting a result,
You sat on the couch, didn't you? That's why you're still there.
Yeah, this is where I'm sleeping tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, but no, I'm very happy. Like I love Cunha's performance. I loved Mbeumo's performance. Dalot is frustrating still. I know obviously you want to probably talk about the little bit later, probably Abs, but do you know what I mean? I think everyone kind of put a shift in, and I was happy. And the one thing I will say is that about 10 minutes before Bruno done his thing, right? I'm stressing. I'm thinking to myself, this guy needs to come off. Not because I don't expect or think Bruno can't pull out a piece of magic, but sometimes I think he's at the detriment to the side in terms of losing the ball and stuff. But
yeah, he looked tired.
Yeah, you look tired, but this is why sometimes you keep Mavericks like that on, because if I don't see anyone else playing that ball in first time from Maguire, so it's risk and reward, isn't it? So no, very, very happy. But the question is, can we do this again against Brighton? Because if that happens, then maybe the tide is changing and maybe it's getting through to these guys. But we can't pull it on. I'm seeing a lot of gas at the moment, a lot of it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to get kind of excited and feel happy about a win, but I'm going to work today and people talking about like title charging and stuff and I don't want to be hearing if we got those points and whatever, where would be. It's just a slow process, but I'll take the win and we move forward, man. But no,
perfect example of what you were just saying right there in the comments. Johnny Quest going, we're
doing
like that's incredibly silly. No. Sorry, John. Like, I like the reckless take, but at the same time, you must have been watching United for the last few months, bro. That's a big stretch. What I will say, I'm not going to say too much about my review on the game. All I got to say is I'm just glad we didn't lose, and I'm also glad that we beat them and won. Right? That's almost as simple as it is. Yeah. And secondly, I actually want to thank the referee, because most times as a head injury, you stop the game. The fact that he didn't stop it, thank you so much. I am slightly confused with Slot's review at the end of the game, saying that he was surprised that we changed our formation. I was surprised, but I also wasn't that surprised when I saw who was playing up front. If, as you guys saw in the group, I said we must be doing back to the wall defending in this game. Weren't quite back to the wall, but it was definitely a defensive shape. And actually, apart from what I'm going to say later on, what I am going to say is welcome to United, Cunha. Not scored, not assisted, but that performance is the performance that I can actually... Oh, I knew it. Yeah, that's the performance that where you start from. Didn't say that was the end of his performances, but that's the performance you can start your career on.
Wadji, the 70 million man, in it.
I thought, yeah.
He's just celebrated Portuguese Mason Mount. What the fuck we doing, man? Run around, do fuck all. Oh yeah, he run around a lot.
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you disguise it as. He was vital to that result.
It is pathetic.
He was vital to that result, right? Everyone on that pitch that
65,
started, even Mason Mount,
65 million to run around. 65 million to run around.
I'm going to say this again.
No. I hear what I say. 65 million for Obrigado, for Samba Samba. For Samba Samba or Copacabana, yeah? I know, I'm hearing everything. Samba Samba
let me go again. Let me remind you again. Yeah?
65 million. 65 million. So you can say that. No, 65 million don't mean nothing. So you can say Tedalo, yo fala português. All that shit.
I don't know.
Some people spend 250 million for nothing. So.
Oh, Peter, I was waiting for that. Well, great response. One thing.
You really think I'm listening? Wait. You think I'm I'll mute myself. You really think I'm listening to him? 1 week Cunha is shit. Next week Cunha is the greatest thing on the planet. 1 week Maguire shit. Next week this guy's an emotional bitch.
He is
new evidence is presented. New evidence is presented.
It's got to the point where Peter's even allowed God to strike him down for the next time he's hammering him out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to repeat this again, yeah? Everyone that played, started, is the reason why we won that game. Mount, I didn't rate Mount that game. I didn't think it was fantastic. But guess what? His runs into midfield to make it 5 midfield and to help with the defense was vital for the result and the performance. Cunha's ability to hold the ball up in stressful times, take a foul, like should have really won more fouls, get the ball back, carry it, was important, right? Heck, De Ligt was important. Luke Shaw. Oh, God.
What do you mean, heck?
Sorry, hold on 1 second. I need to... Luke Shaw was involved in this result. I can't say he was important. I'm just saying he's involved. Yeah. So, unfortunately, everyone gets ratings. And as I said, if that's the level of performance he's going to give us and start from and continue, that's what we want. All the other times before weren't too sure. Anyway, Riri, you were next to give me a review. Yep, I'll skip you. Wajid, give me a review on the game.
Yo, people like most hate crying in the chat because I expect my front man to score a goal. Man, grow up, man. Like I've not even given my review. It was a very good performance. That game, it was one of those games that it could have finished 5-5, and it could have finished 0-0 because, you know, for all the Liverpool fans crying about, oh, the game should have stopped now. Bro, it's not our fault Van Disney decided to fucking elbow McAllister in the head for his grandfather's past crimes in Argentina. You know what I mean? That's not my fault, right?
I see where you're going.
I've just clocked what he's just meant. Oh my God!
If you know, you know. If you know. That's all I'm saying. Right? Bruno should have made it 2-0. Bruno should have made it 2-0, like before Gakpo. Yeah, Gakpo hit the post and all that. People say Mount was unlucky with the deflection stuff, but like the rebound and stuff, he's there ball at his feet. Like that's a panic flick. A slight bit more composure. That's three. The one more thing, I ain't gonna hold him to that. That Mama Dash really got out really quickly. But we could easily be 2-3 up way before halftime. The Gakpo shot, and the Isak save, the two only ones. And to be honest, everyone, I know Yo joking about Mbuemo and stuff. Do you know who I think our biggest signing is? Lemon, or however the hell you want to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Because
Lemons.
Yeah, Lemons. Thank you. Because the assurity that back five now has with a keeper that they know is going to save, is competent, like will claim the ball. Because of that, you can see the confidence in the back five. We as fans aren't confident in the team. That's a whole different point. But the amount of stability the team seems to look with a competent keeper is resonating through the rest of the pitch. Now, obviously, like you could be extra critical and say, yeah, we should have scored here, should have scored there, whatever. Gakpo should have scored. End of the day, we beat the bin dippers, innit? Go back and collect your universal credit, you scummy little scouse twats.
Hey, Yo-Yo.
Hold on, I got a question. If you hang out with, what's his name? The other guy from United View this weekend.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah?
No.
What are you talking about?
I forgot his name. Jesus Christ. The one that always goes at Amarin. Did you hang out
Not
with
Jesus
him?
Christ.
Brandon.
You
Gimli.
I know you're talking about. Ginger guy, yeah? Yeah, him. That's favorite guy. Yeah.
Bradley.
Bro, man, you are eater today, man. God. Okay. Continue.
I'm Mancunian. There's massive Liverpool. Like I don't like Liverpool the same way the Cockney Reds love to tell me Arsenal's our biggest game. Yeah, apparently, yeah. I do not like Liverpool.
Grateful.
I'm sure the text to your mom was quite delightful.
Oh no, I've not spoken. I've been so busy. I've not spoken to her today. I'll speak to her tomorrow. I'll speak to her tomorrow before I get my flight.
Great. Okay. All right. Riri, you're ready. Let's get your review quickly. And in fact, wow, Man United result was so good that young Unks decided to show up today for work. Hello, Unks.
Oh, wow. With his arms out.
Well, it's one of those days where
needing a lineup and a shave, but that's okay. We'll take it.
Yeah.
At least you don't
it's
have
public
a
holiday in school, so yes, I'm done with my assignment, so I can show.
At least you don't have a bonnet on.
Assignments.
Well, since people said I'm still in school, let's go with the narrative. Let's go with the narrative.
Young uncle, indeed, man. He's a young uncle, indeed. Like, indeed, young uncle.
All right, go on, Riri. Let's
so like most people, when I saw that lineup, when the lineup came out, I was like, oh, for the love of Christ, what has this man gone and done? But I guess he knew something that we didn't. And to JJ's point, that's why he gets paid the money and we don't. I think the team played as a team. They showed up and played as a team for the most part, for the majority of the game. And I appreciate that because that's what me personally as a fan, I want to see that game in and game out. Whether we win, lose, or draw, we should play as a team, fight as a team, win as a team, lose as a team, or draw as a team. It shouldn't just be a selective few that we come on here week in and week out and talk about. It should be a cumulative of speaking about the team and the team's performance. So I was happy about that. I was happy with the manager's in-game management. I know a lot of people were upset when they saw that he hooked Ahmad and he hooked not Cass, but we knew Cass was gonna come off. But when he hooked Ahmad, I know a lot of people I saw in the GC chat, a couple of men just lost their heads. But it was actually a good move by him because he was on a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't play the way he wanted to play on a yellow, especially with that cunt Michael Oliver.
I mean to, you know what?
But yes.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm happy for the win, man. I'm happy to beat Liverpool. I'm happy to talk shit to all my Liverpool friends that I've been having to hear from for the last year and change. So I'm good. I am a little under the weather, so you're not going to get a lot of energy from me today.
No, as long as you say the right, as long as you say what you feel, we don't care.
Yeah. Going around
all right, Peter.
Yeah, bro. Yesterday I cried tears of joy. To be honest with you, I've not been happy like this, bro. Like yesterday when Maguire scored, I ran around the house here, and my mom thought I lost my mind, and she you know the holy water, you know the Christians know holy water, bro. And she came to my room and sprayed me with holy water, bro. Like she thought I lost my mind.
What?
And I said, Mom, we won after 10 years at Anfield. I was 16 last time we won.
Jesus.
I was still a virgin. Mom, you do not know what this means.
Shout out Condinho.
Bro, big up Condinho. Yeah.
Go away, Pav. Oh, go away.
Yeah.
Bro, yesterday it was first half. I thought, we needed a second goal because Liverpool too much individual quality. Like you just know they will score. Like they will score regardless. They scored. I thought it was offside, but they scored. But I had some hope. I had some faith that we have one more in us, and we did. We didn't deserve to lose yesterday, to be honest with you. We didn't. We fought for 90 minutes, and if we lost, I wouldn't be mad because the players gave their all. And if you lost, if Liverpool gave 110% and we gave 109%, I wouldn't be mad. But now we won, title charge back on.
Jesus Christ, Pav. Pav, you're next.
Yeah, I'm not on that crack what he's on. There will be no title charge, unfortunately. Yeah, we're a long way away for that. But I'll be honest, I couldn't celebrate the game when it happened. I didn't even watch it till this morning. Knew the scoreline, but there was no reactions in it. So when I saw the game this morning, I was like, Jesus, we actually played good. I couldn't believe it. And everyone kept saying this is probably the worst time to play Liverpool because they lost 3 on the bounce. International break, we do pretty much shit when we come back from the international break. We had players go out quite far. Obviously, Casemiro, I didn't think he was going to play. To be fair, his age, going out to Japan and that, coming back, played both of their Brazil games. He had a really good game yesterday. And then, like, I think the last comment I made on that match, well, before that match started, was when I saw the lineup, and I said that CUNT deserves all the hate he gets with that lineup. That was my last comment until I had like family stuff. But yeah, we ended up. I saw the scoreline like, rah, spoke too soon, but he got it right. I don't know how, but I'm sure if we played any other team with them centre backs going into that game with that centre back, any other team, I don't know. I don't think we would have won. I don't know what happened yesterday. They've just finally thought, we'll turn up. They're hurt, we're hurt, but we reckon we could take them. But I do need to see this for like 10 games. I'm not gonna sit here and act like our fortunes have changed. I get people are on opium at the minute. There was some high level crack. Yeah, I don't know if everybody's been supplying it from out where he is, like to these people, innit? I know like he gets some good stuff out there, but I don't know if you've been, making some extra bit on the
Wrong
side,
country. Wrong country.
feeding the streets. But
Wrong country. Wrong country.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I'm
Time.
sure.
2 weeks time.
I don't know. Maybe they got some sources. I don't know. Maybe they're
No, the
smuggling it from Mexico or something.
the green. It's the green stuff that's good here.
I don't. Yeah, But like I said, I'm not jumping on no bandwagon. I really do need to see performances like this for 10 games. But this manager has talked about like the future of this squad for a long time. I don't see how Maguire and Luke Shaw will be the future of this squad. I really don't. You can't I get what you've done yesterday with them, but meaning that they'll be part of I don't know, title challenging squad. I don't see it. It's why I don't understand what are we doing? Are we just playing for the now? Because there can't be no reboot if you're constantly picking Maguire and Luke Shaw. There can't be.
I think he's
But,
I'll be honest, I think he's happy with Maguire. The Luke Shaw thing is the one that confuses the crap out of me, but that's because
the low as well. The low as well.
But the low has the Portuguese tax on his belt, should I say, right? But Luke Shaw is the one that confuses me the most. And actually, I'll give Ruben credit because him switching Euro in at the time was so necessary, right? And it kind of saved it. Let's be honest. I'll be honest, guys. Right at the beginning, when I saw that lineup, I said this guy was trying to get sacked before November the 1st. Right? I said it right. I said in all the group chats, every Man United group chat I'm in, I said his guy's trying to get sacked because there's no way.
That's why when I saw that lineup, I was like, is he actually desperate to go or something? But
yeah,
turned out to be a bit of a masterclass. Whether he was expecting that masterclass to happen, I don't know. I don't know what goes on that guy's head, but end of the day, look, you got Liverpool fans in meltdown. I ain't seen that in a long time. We got Harry Maguire, turning Anfield into Sir Slabhead of Anfield. That's what they're calling him now, Sir Slabhead of Anfield. Yeah, and Bremer, brother, I had said that guy's going to quit this season. The Cunha one, I agree with Rajid. People getting giddy over one little performance when he's been stinking up the place for a time. I don't think I get you could praise him for yesterday, but there's way too many people getting way too overboard with his performance yesterday. That guy's been stinky since he's come here. But other than that, I'll say that the team did a good job. The subs pretty much did a good job. Lamon's my favourite player at the minute. Yeah, we've been begging for a keeper for time, an actual keeper. So long may his performances continue.
So I just to add on the Le Mans one, because I forgot to mention him as well, and Wajid mentioned him, you have about the being relaxed because you actually have a goalkeeper in the goal that looks like he can do something. Is also part of the reason that probably Gapco missed his shots as well, because he then puts too much purchase on these shots, knowing that he has to beat this guy. Well, if you're playing against Bayindir or Nana, you can just shoot it at them. You don't have to be.
You see, I was speaking to bots earlier, Abjad. Did you see that? I think it was Isak shot. He took a shot, but I think he was offside. But it went to another player, and he didn't stop. He carried on saving it, even though the flag went up. I was like, nah. If that was Bayindir or Nana,
you're talking about the one where it went over the line for a goal kick, and then he saved the McAllister shot off the
yeah. Like, I was like, if that's Bayindir or Nana, they're not going for their head's not screwed in to keep an eye on what's going.
If it was any of those two, the first save doesn't happen anyway. The
first save
it don't happen. So forget.
What do you mean it does, Pav? It doesn't happen. It's gonna go underneath their feet.
It doesn't happen. And
no, he's agreeing. He said it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the second shot as well. Bayindir is tapping that straight into the net. Onana's diving away from it. Let's just call it what it is, right? And that's security that those defenders have behind them. Gives them a chance to not only play without fear, a little bit without fear. And that's so important sometimes when you step onto the pitch and you're like, I trust him. So if I do get beat, I think he's going to save me. But obviously you work your socks off not to get beat. Uncle, you're going to be the last one to review and move on to the next topic.
Did you
And
send?
people, man, get the likes up. What's
Did you
51?
send? Did you send Peter to Siberia or something?
No, he went off for a bit. When you turn off your camera, you get put in the sideline straight away. That's just the rules. Rules are rules. But
He
Peter's
said
back
he'll be
now.
back in 2 minutes.
Maybe the mumsy come back in with the holy water. Like, I don't know.
Nah.
Maybe heard him talk mad.
Nah.
She heard him talking about being a virgin. She thought he still was.
Maybe. Maybe.
Uncle, I know it's been a while. You haven't been here, so
Why
this
y'all
silliness.
like this, man?
You might not
Yes.
understand the silliness, but Uncle, yeah, go on. Tell me your review of the game, man.
Yes, I think it was a
Hold
good
on,
game.
Uncle, put your real voice on. No one's falling for this anymore, man.
I don't know why you guys believe this isn't my real voice. I have a very monotonous voice. This is it. There's not more to it. My voice has always been like this, so just get used to it. It doesn't fit the face, but yeah, I know.
Go on.
But yeah, it was a good win. I don't know if I was over the moon about it, but I was happy we won. I think for me, after a few games in, I have been paying particular attention to Ruben Amorim's adaptability to games, not necessarily the formation, but the system and how he adapts. And the match we played against Chelsea, where we just kept playing long balls. A lot of people said it was a mistake. A lot of people said it was a mistake. That we are doing it because we are afraid. But the match against Liverpool, I think the number of long balls we played is the most any team has ever played in Anfield in decades, right? It's a lot. So it means he's very intentional about it. But then he didn't put Sheshko up front because he knew that we are not going to contest with the first balls. So his interest was, are we going to win the second balls? And that was what he focused on, right? So I have been paying a lot of attention to see if there is any improvement or if there's any adaptation to his strategies. And I think he's been adapting. Now, there are still room for improvement, and I know some people say we rode our luck at various points in that game in Anfield, but I don't think anybody goes to Anfield to dominate Liverpool. If to win at Anfield, you need some form of luck, right? So I'm happy with how the game panned out. And again, the starting formation, I had my reservations. The substitutions that was made, everything panned out really well. And I think sometimes there are when you watch when you go back to Amorim's style of play in Sporting, there are some players that are meant to look average for the entire team to benefit. There are players that sacrifice the the what's it called, the flair for the team to strive. So you would hear about the Gyökeres, you will hear about what this other young boy's name, this wing back that Chelsea bought. You hear about a few of them. You won't hear about the other players that we are doing the running around so that the rest of the team benefits. And that's how Amorim plays. So I can see some improvement. I can see that the narrative is turning around. So while I'm happy with the win, I don't think I was over the moon. And Brighton is a team that is our boogie team, right? So we've won a team that's been newly promoted. We've won against the defending champions. Now we need to face one of those teams that usually have us at the back of their back pockets, you know. So yeah, I think everyone has pretty much said everything. Someone said Liverpool need time to click, that they have a new team. Their starting 11 on Sunday had 3 new players, right? 8 of them were players that played last season. Man United starting 11 also included 3 new players. So what is the adaptation there? If 8 of the 11 were from the previous season, right? It's just again what people have said. He played with Klopp's system and with Klopp's team, and now he's trying to build his team. It's not as easy as it looks, you know. But my focus is more on Man United. I like how everybody worked together and worked for each other. I want to keep seeing more of that. With regards to centre back and the future of will Maguire and Luke Shaw keep playing in the. I think we just played only 8 games in the league. There is still time for transition mid-season for new players to start for the Euros, the likes of Euro to start replacing Maguire, you know, and the likes of Heaven and all these other guys to start coming in as the season goes on. So it's still really early. Alexander Isak, I would not talk about him. He sacrificed what he did to go and play for Liverpool. And what the matter that was bought is scoring goals, you know. And the rumors is that maybe because there is no what's that his name, uh, Jacob Murphy that was assisting him in Newcastle. Maybe in January, you know, Liverpool might go in for Jacob Murphy to replace Salah. Who knows? So maybe
Semedo
that's what
seems to
Liverpool
be
need to do.
Semedo seems to be the player that every Liverpool fan wants. And I'm just sitting here thinking, 500, almost 500 million on just your attack force.
The time they were using to chase Isak, they would have signed what's his name, this Crystal Palace centre back, if they really wanted him. They didn't have to wait to transfer deadline. They would have signed him the time they were using to wait for Isak. And the Isak that they bought, they actually have another striker that is performing better than him. But because they spent the money on Isak, they're trying to force him to perform. Well, slots technology.
I can honestly say for me. Oh, go ahead, JJ.
I was just, if I may, I know Young Gunk have been missing for a minute, right? I think he's been getting his UEFA license because the comments he made about the way we were going along, that was so astute. I think he needs to update his name, you know, to Young Gunk Scholar or something like that. That was so perfect. We kicked the ball 42 times, you know, in that game that we went long. That was beautiful. I was just gonna say one thing about the spirit of the game, right? When Bruno made that mistake, the way Umbremo ran to defend that counter attack, that sums up that game for me personally, right? And hopefully we can repeat, we can do that again. And finally, for those who might still be saying, "Oh, we are negative, this, that, and the four," I don't know if you are familiar with the stock market. Currently, Man United fan, we are bag holders in this stock market. We've been holding a good stock that have gone so bad, and our portfolio is so red. All right. So just one green day that makes the market looks good. That doesn't mean everything is still about to change. It's about the way we build up on these. If we can capture that spirit and we build up on it, that's the most important thing from here on out.
Nice. Now, if you guys would indulge me, I'm not going to keep this for very long, because the more important conversation comes afterwards, but I just thought, Peter's not here, which is a shame, but I just thought it would take a moment to enjoy my guy, Harry Clutch Maguire. Yep, it's time to give this guy a bit of flowers, from me anyway. Peter said for the next 24 hours, he's the best centre-back in the world. And I really should have taken screenshots of that so I can share it with everyone and then edited the 24 hours bit out. But I like the moment for him scoring that goal. Multiple reasons. He is proof. By the way, I still don't want him to stay. I still want him to go, right? I think he's past his time. But I'm a bit harsh when it comes to things like this. Like I want Shaw out, obviously. I want Maguire out. I want Mount out. People are shocked by me saying that sometimes, right? Because I don't really have that loyalty to a player anymore that I used to have. But just for the moment, just to take a moment out to go, scoring goals doesn't make you a good centre-back, but shout out to him. That's not what exactly. That's what I'm saying, Brush, yeah? One of the main reasons I've always argued to start this guy is his aerial ability, yeah? And defensively and attacking wise, I think he's been quite useful since Ruben's come here, and it's probably saved him a little bit. But I just actually want to give him his props because from all the nastiness and insults he's got, for him to be part of the reason that we can now remember, right, that out of 9.5 years, we finally got a win at Anfield. It's like legendary stuff. Now, I actually really wanted this guy to be here so that I can really rub it in his face, but he's not. So he's taking the joy out of this little moment for me. But what I will say is, I didn't see. I was happy in that moment. I was happy for a draw. In that moment, I was like, take the draw, defend this, because I thought at that point, I think Liverpool had they were playing 4-2-4, which was crazy. I don't think they had any respect for us at that moment. And it's good to sting them with this because they've been stung now with not Galatasaray as much, but definitely Crystal Palace and Chelsea. And I think it was one of those moments where Big Baz has humbled Liverpool. I want everyone to hear that again. Big Baz has humbled Liverpool. So, yeah, I want to just thank him for that. Anyone else want to talk about our great big slab head of a man?
Can we talk about the cross?
Fucking fantastic first time.
Anybody else get that ball where he got that ball? You think that we score?
No, because
so
everyone else is going to. Everyone else.
If Bruno, seriously,
everybody, and don't get me wrong, Harry had to put it in the net. He had to do the work, but that cross.
Riri, everyone else takes a touch and kills the momentum. But Bruno is in his DNA to do things that don't make any sense whatsoever, right? Like that shot he took at Old Trafford where Aura man thought he was going to have time to slow him down edge of the box and Bruno just shot straight away. He has that. It's one of the reasons why you like him, but it's also one of the reasons why you hate him because when that goes wrong, you think, dickhead, why didn't you just take a touch?
Mm-hmm.
That cross, I think he could hit that another 10 times and you ain't going to get it on target like that. And I think any other player will attempt that goes straight into the sky.
And I don't even think he saw Maguire handle it.
Put in the right area.
He just put it in the right area.
Yep.
Because he didn't look up. The ball came back, ricocheted, came back, and it fell to his feet, and he lobbed it. If you look at,
he would have known they're there, Riri, because we had a call.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't know that there were players in that area, but I don't think he knew like who those players were. He knew there were players there because they hadn't cleared the box yet. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he knew like who those players were.
It's always a percentage thing in football. It's always a percentage thing. He just put it right back in the area and said, "I'm sure there's people."
Somebody go get it.
Exactly. And isn't that one of the things we've been complaining about, where we don't put the ball into the ball into the box enough, right? When you put the ball into the box, good things do happen. You know, when it comes to that, and you still have some of your players there might be a mistake. You know, even the defender might kick it the wrong way when they're trying to clear it. You might get an own goal, right? So that's a good thing. But I have to say though about Maguire, and I do understand that, you know what, when life is kicking you, sometimes we make some comments. If the structure is there, right, is a very big if. If the structure is there, and I put it in the chat also, just based on the personality that is shown as a person with what he's been through in Man United in terms of his personnel, somebody that have been dogged, the things that have happened with his life, he has character. And that's something that I do think that younger players can learn from, right? I'm not saying he's a great centre-back. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, right? But he's probably one of those few, you know, the way we always glorify when a centre-back would put his head in any ball and we have this blood on his head and you can wrap it. That speaks to a lot of character about someone. You've been booed by your own fans, a whole lot of things have been happening. So if they can give him a vet minimum, something that doesn't affect, you know, and I know that we don't have like, you know, salary cap and stuff, but something that doesn't affect our PSA, whatever that thing is, you know, give him like 100,000 a year, you know, hey, we really like you. we're gonna be doing this 1 year at a time. Once we feel like you start
Did
missing
you
the step,
sorry? Did you say 100,000 a year?
you know, a week. Come on, you know what I meant. 100,000 a week, right? You know, type of a salary, something that doesn't affect our overhead. You know, like that. That works for me, just based on his character, his impact that he can give on young kids. That this is what it means to go through adversity, playing for a big club, not mourning, and actually coming back from that. For that reason alone, hey, give him 1 year at a time, man.
No, I
Well,
agree
So
with
I
that.
think for me,
he's already getting the extensions, isn't he? Anyway.
Yeah, but I agree with the fact that he has his purpose, he has his uses. I'm not saying that he's the future and he should be starting games left, right, and centre for United, but there's always a time for Maguire. And I'm not just talking about when we are chasing a game, but a bit like what JJ said, isn't it? You know, in terms of that experience, if we're gonna like rebuild something, and then let's say we get a you know, how it's supposed to go, a recognized back, let's say a back five, as obviously Amrin's going to want to do it, right? And we know that these are our starters. I don't have an issue with someone like Maguire coming on, and when the game needs showing it up, big slabhead out the way. I don't mind that. But same like how everyone had that feeling when we saw the starting lineup. I'm like, if that was a different type of game, like a Stoke City, you're like, okay, you know, I understand why Maguire is playing today. No one's running in behind. It's going to be an aerial battle, blah, blah, blah. So there's a time and a place for him, but you can't knock the guy. Like in terms of like the winners and when he's had to be clutch, he's done his thing, man. So I was happy for him, but I was obviously happy for myself personally. Do you know what I mean? Because it felt good because I was like you, Abs. I was like, you know what? When you're vexed because you're thinking to yourself, the whole game, I'm thinking to myself, football's a weird one, right? You wait all day for a game. Sometimes you go 1-0 up and you just want the game to done. Do you know what I mean? I just want it to finish. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, we've gone through the whole game. Obviously, then they get the equalizer, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, back to the wall. So the spirit to kind of get, because we've seen how we are before, we've lost it. Do you see what I mean? In that moment, that's it. It's gone. The game's gone. So I know Gakpo missed a header after that. So I know it got a bit touch and go, but then we've always got a chance with Big Slabhead. We've always got a chance, but yeah.
Even to add to what you're saying, yeah, because again, I was doing dangerous vibes because I was driving while my daughter had the iPad in her hand, right? I was just right as this man was just making all the subs. I was just driving, trying to slow down because I was like, I ain't speeding in this time of the game, right? Use cruise control, and I was just sitting there going, this is just screaming like Liverpool are going to score. But a part of me was always saying the amount when they turned to 4-2-4, I said we're going to catch them on a counter attack, and we almost did. But the problem is when Van Dijk made that tackle on the edge of the box to Mbuemo, he actually led to their goal. And I've been sitting there going, if he had missed that tackle, that was our 2-0 for me, right? Me personally, right? Where is Vibes? Time to pay up. Oh, is that why he's not in the comments trolling? Oh,
yeah, those memberships, man. He made promises. Promises are to be kept.
Don't worry, I'll go back and search that out. Well done for remembering, right?
to add to what everyone has said, I think the bigger picture is at what stage in our development will we be by the end of the season, right? I totally agree that Maguire is a leader. I think while we've heard rumors about possible renewal of his contract or extension, I think part of why he is in the team, like people said, is because Man United is going through a phase where things are not really, we are not at the best of times. And one of the people who have learned to go through adversity and come out of it is Maguire. I think it's for the same reason why, beyond just the play, people like Marcus Rashford, people like Jadon Sancho have been let go of because they don't know how to deal with adversity and come out of it, right? So while by the end of the season, we have to look at where the team is, look at the leaders that have been formed by the end of the season. Do we have enough defensive leadership? Do we have enough leaders in the midfield? Do we have enough leaders in the attack? How many of our current leaders will be leaving by the end of the season. If we are losing too many, there's a possibility that Casemiro and Bruno would leave. You know, who else is leaving? Would Shaw leave? Whether we like it or not, he might not be the best player,
He
but he's
better
good.
leave
He's
first.
been in Man United enough to be considered a leader, right? So if a lot of
That
these people
man is
are
not
leaving,
leading anything but himself to Burger King. Stop
Hey,
it. Stop
well,
it.
what you
that's
just
still
said?
some form of
Stop
leadership.
it. That man is not
Really,
leading anything.
really, stop it.
Nope.
You were with me. I was with you until you said that man is a leader. That man has not led anything. He has
He
not led
leads everyone to the takeaway.
Well,
Are you
who,
He leads
serious?
whoever
everyone to the
whoever we
bar.
consider
He leads
whoever we
everyone to
consider
TikTok.
leaders,
Don't tell
whoever
me
we
he's a leader.
consider leaders or not, right? Until the team, I think, while some of them may leave, people like Maguire may stay depending on who we think. We've seen teams do it, right? There was a time Arsenal had Xhaka, and they even brought in Jorginho, not because he was the most efficient player in terms of his age when they bought him, but because of the leadership qualities. We saw Kyle Walker stay for extended periods at Man City, even when his powers were failing, because of the leadership qualities that he brought. Even Gundogan was brought in for one more season for his leadership, even though he was losing, he wasn't in the best of form. So sometimes some of these leaders stay for how they can help the team through adversity. I don't expect Maguire to still be a fundamental part of the starting lineup, but by the end of the season, if he's still a very important, playing a very important role in the starting lineup by the end of the season, then I think questions need to be asked. But for Luke Shaw,
I've actually got a question for someone. Yeah. Hey Peter, do you think the lit is ever going to be as clutch as Maguire is for United? Just out of interest.
Unfortunately, that's a weak rage bait.
I'm asking you a serious question.
Defenders defend. Thank you.
They don't score goals, no?
No.
So what Maguire
well,
is doing?
the greater defenders score goals. Even the Van Dijks that we are laughing at, Van Dijk has scored the last minute goal for Liverpool this season. Maguire has done it.
Both of them
You,
are
you
both
know.
of them
you're
on Van
missing
Dijk's
what's
level.
going on here right now, Unc.
Are
Oh
both
no,
of
no,
them
I
on Van Dijk's
understand what
level?
is going on. I'm trying to feed into it. That's why. I'm trying to feed into it.
Luckily for you, I remember all the 9 years Maguire has been here. Luckily.
So do we wait for De Ligt for 9 years?
The league's been good.
Don't
for
you
2
think he
years.
can do
You don't
better
have to
with
wait.
less time?
You don't have to wait the league for 6 years of being shit. Just to turn your head around after 2 years and say, "Low, Maguire has been."
You
been
won't
good
have
for
to
the last
wait
2
for
years.
the lit to bribe a cop and you know.
This is a weak rage bait, as I said. I can big up a player without taking down someone else. So
Can I also ask you a question?
yeah.
You know, all the really good I didn't do any screenshots today, people. Yeah, because I just thought how we beat Liverpool. So I'm just gonna ask questions. I'm sure you remember the game. Do you think the Lit defended well against Gapco?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Gapco turned him, took a shot and hit the crossbar, and hit the post, that was not the Lit defending him, right?
Did he score?
I just asked if he did the good defending. That's all I asked.
Yeah, he
I
did.
didn't ask about his scoring.
He was running with his face towards the goal, our goal. Yeah, because of someone else's mistake in the middle of the pitch.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't blame him. What about your Lord Maguire when Isak ran behind them and him and Luke Shaw when Laments made the save?
Can I ask you a second question? Can I ask you a second question?
No, I ask you. So
what, when he made a save? Oh, because Luke Shaw is slow and doesn't cover.
Luke Shaw is slow, but Maguire is flesh, right?
I've broken that down already. You know me. I don't defend people. Can I ask you another question? When Gapco missed that header, where was De Ligt?
I didn't saw the header, to be honest with you. I was running around the house, as I said.
No, don't worry. You wouldn't have seen De Ligt anyway because he was squatting for some weird reason rather than jumping with his man. But anyway, let's move on.
Please.
Welcome. All right, this is the important one. This is the important conversation. Let's be real clear. Yeah, this is the big one, right? Can't remember off the top of my head, but I know Brighton's next. I can't remember who's afterwards. I know Nottingham Forest at some point is coming as well, right?
I think it's Brighton,
But
then
Brighton Forest,
Nottingham, and
Brighton
then
Forest
Tottenham,
first.
It's Brighton and Forest.
Excellent.
then Tottenham.
Mm.
Because I know if we win those three, then my man gets to cut his hair. So he might start oiling his clipper if we win Brighton. You know.
Oh, okay. So here's my thinking. Yeah, obviously, I almost got baited into this in my own channel just a second ago, but I stayed strong and I just said I'm going to take this one game at a time. But do anyone on this panel watch that performance and feel this is the start where Amrin starts proving himself, the team starts proving himself, or are you in the boat that I'm in where I'm in this boat where I'm like, good performance, really excited, beat a rival, but it was a big game and you can't trust United when the level goes down? That's what I want to know. I'm going with you first because I suspect you're going to say something wild.
No. I'm just gonna tell the truth, and this is what I feel. I think looking ahead, right, a team versus a team like Brighton is actually a very, very good test because I think they finished 8th or 9th, 8th last season, and we've been struggling against teams that are below 6th and above the relegation zone. And this is where to really, really, really get the good measure of where we are in terms of our progress. And I think it's those teams where we will have good games and not so good games. Why? Because we're in the process of a rebuild. Why? Because we don't have the actual adequate staff for our midfield to play the football that would really, 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 really help the system shine. Right now, we've been creating chances, and now I believe that we're starting to see our attacking force starting to click. So my gut feeling is that we're going to struggle versus Brighton. They will carve us open, but we will also get a few goals, and it's going to be a very interesting game. So that's where I stand with it. I'm so happy that people are starting to see a lot of the things that I was talking about, because I came out here talking about expected goals, the difference between our expected goals and our expected goals on target. And people did not like that. And the metrics now have actually, we see exactly what I've been talking about.
Bro, I'll bring out the holy water.
Are you about to give a lecture on stats?
No, I'm not about to give no lecture on stats. The lecture is actually now in televised.
Expected G. Expected goals. XG. This is the shit we're now at, man. I have not said anything for 40 minutes, yeah? This is fucking bullshit. Expected goals.
Double XG.
I'm in physical pain.
You were there for that presentation.
Habibi, halas.
Spots. Literally for the last 5-10 minutes, I've just been yawning away about to fall asleep. You just come in here and woke me up.
I wanted to ask you if that's a new condom brand. Is that a new condom brand?
As I said, I was just going to tell the truth. And I told the statistical truth.
I think XG didn't exist.
And our front line is clicking, you said, right?
We're starting to click. I didn't say we're clicking completely. We're starting to click. And the whole thing about what Wajid doesn't like, all I was just saying was that we're not being clinical.
Expected goals. Brother, you have come on here. You are class. Ya Habibi halas. Yeah? You have come on here and said expected goals, not XG, XXG.
Have you been drinking, boss?
Have
before you
some.
joined
Yeah,
the
yeah,
club?
Why?
Have
Your eyes are kind of your eyes are kind of chinky.
have
Your eyes are kind of chinky, boss. Have
have
you been
some
drinking?
shade,
No,
bro.
I
But,
haven't been.
but can I ask you a question? And it's basically this
double XG.
this comment right here is actually based around it. Yeah, I expected losses, dwarfs. I expected goals. So why are you using this stats bots? And bots, don't get me wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
About 3 shows ago, I was Mr. Expected Goals, and I had the same reaction for Wajid, which is why I was shocked when you decided to go through the same path. But yeah, why do you take so much value in expected goals? By the way,
Mine's a
Because-
statistician.
These are advanced metrics that actually tell us a different perspective on the game that we're watching.
Advanced metrics.
But if you take anything in isolation,
bro, like legit.
if you take anything in isolation, you can use it to paint whatever picture you want to paint. If I look at you and you're wearing a face cap, and then I look at other people wearing face caps, and I'm like, oh, everybody's wearing a face cap. Oh, you're brothers. It doesn't make any sense in isolation because that's not enough metrics to determine anything. So, like somebody said, you can talk about expected goals, but then our expected loss is actually a thing. What you need to look at is not just the fact that we are, and a lot of those expected goals, obviously, the Bruno's penalty pushed that up. It's not the expected goals; it's what you see on the field.
Of course.
Up until the beginning of this, from last season to the beginning of the season, there was a particular way Amorim was trying to play when the ball was with the goalkeeper, where one Maguire will push and join the midfield, and then the other 2 centre backs will spread out wide, and that was how he was trying to play. The problem was that
stats class. Like, did I just walk into a stats class or something? Like, what?
oh no, this is just basic explanation of what you see on the field, right? And then but the Ligt was not good at that, and Maguire was slow. What he's beginning to do now is to play long from the back. So we are not passing out from the back as we used to back then because teams knew that our centre backs were not the best at trying to do that, so they capitalized on it. So, which is why I said from the beginning of the season till now, what I'm looking at is he stubbornly sticking to what has been making him fail, or is he trying to adapt to the team, to adapt to cover the weaknesses of the team?
Let me ask you a question.
No, sis, quickly. Because I've got to go.
No, I know you got to bounce. Bounce.
Right, but do you know if you're going to look at our expected goals, yeah, not just the expected, but the expected from 5 games on, yeah.
You're losing me. You're losing.
I'm taking the piss, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to look at the expected goals from yesterday's game, Liverpool should have won them. Because you can't take. We're not doing this statistical isolation in metrics, yeah. Because that's not how statistics work. Speaking to someone who works in statistics, right? Because if you want to look at that metric, then you take every metric based on XG. Liverpool should have smoked us yesterday, right? You coming in here saying that Liverpool should have smoked the shit out of us yesterday.
Based on XG,
yeah. So therefore, XG. That's why XG is a bullshit statistic. Yeah, it is a totally
not necessarily.
Bullshit.
No,
of course it is.
No,
of course it is.
We had okay. Since you want to talk about it, we had what was it?
Actually, he really doesn't want to because
I don't want to. All right.
No, well, because you're
objectively,
what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Objectively, Liverpool should have won yesterday. Yes or no? Based on XG. If you look purely at XG,
yeah, they have a higher XG.
So XG is XG is bullshit. Because if you watch, it is bullshit. Because if you watch the game, we're
conflating two things here. Because I was talking about the relationship between our expected goals on target and our XG.
Watch.
Expected goals on target.
It's not just any type of XXG.
How else do you score goals if it's not on target?
XXG raised to the power of the team. Okay?
Oh God!
But look at everyone. Look at everyone's reaction. It's not just me.
Look
Yeah.
how everyone just reacted when you just said expected goals on target. That is
Yes.
that's how XG is calculated. It calculates
That's
the
how you score
Because
percentage.
it's on target.
It calculates the percentage out of one, yeah, of the shot going shot going in. So it's 1 to 0.00, yeah, and that is how XG is calculated. So obviously, if something's on target, it has a
Okay, watch it.
But let me clear this up. Let me clear this up for you, but
Watch it.
Bro, I've got quickly because I have to go. I've got a meal.
I appreciate big up yourself, but I want to make sure that we're not confusing people here because these are two different matrices. There's one that's a pre-shot before the shot is taken. There's one that's a post-shot metric, right? There's a quality of a chance and the quality of a finish. Two different things we're talking about here. Let's not.
But
I know.
what idiots bought you? What idiots been
Listen,
teaching you
I
this
don't want
stuff?
to get. I don't want to get too deep into it.
No one is giving this guy.
Hold on.
Statistic, and he's eating
Let me clear it off for you.
Ask your
But
question then. Hold on 1 second. Boss, let me ask you a question. Yeah. So generally speaking, because you must have been doing this for a while, is our XG better than it was last season, and it's our quality of chances better than it was last season? Just out of interest.
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you, so I don't want to mislead you, right?
Oh, you are useless. I was going to use that against Wajid, but go away, man.
no, let me clear
I'm
things
here to
up.
tell the truth, bro. I'm not going
But let me. So the thing is, a lot of these statistics are meant to be used by the club. When I think Wajid has to go. That's fine. These statistics were meant to be used by the club post-match when doing analysis to help players improve. So the reason why they say XG, expected goals, is like you said, not just the quality of the shot, but also the place that you took the shot from. There are places outside the box that are lower in terms of the XG ratings than places inside. So at the end of the day, when the team meets after a match, the reason why they have those is technically the shot that you took from here has a higher chance of leading to a goal based off historical data. So what we are going to do is we are going to try and improve your shot taking.
Seriously, are we seriously doing this? Because if we're going
hold on. I'm not justifying. I'm not justifying. Hold on. I'm not justifying bots.
You guys can't even answer the question he actually fucking asked.
What question was it? What question did he ask? What question did he ask?
I can't even remember.
But calm down. There's no need to get angry. Bot said something. Bot said something, and I'm trying to clear up bot. I'm just trying to explain something. It's calm. We'll come back to the question.
Riri's voice is gone. You guys are giving Riri a lot of problems, man. Pre-shot, post-shots, area of the field, center of the field.
Guys, I didn't expect that to go so well, I was thinking this show was a little bit too calm. I thought, thank you, bots, for coming in, and I knew he was going to do something to get everyone up and ready. Thank you, bots. You've actually woken me up. Now I'm going to bring everyone back in, and I just want everyone to understand that my question is this: should we get excited, and are we going to start winning from now on, or should we take it one game at a time and be careful? So that is the question. No idea how we go into this XG chat, but I loved it. So everyone will come back. Really? Don't worry. We're going back to the topic. No more XG talk. No more XG talk.
I mean, we could turn this into expected calmness or expected excitedness, so we can go that way.
But that's brilliant. Brilliant. That was brilliant.
Give us some stats for this one.
No stats, no pre-shots, no nothing.
No stats.
Oh my god, man.
This next segment is pure eye test. Yeah, eye test. Not one of those people. Pure eye test. Right. Just for excitement, Riri, do you want to answer the question?
But someone's given you a new channel name. Like if you want to make a third
Stats.
channel called Only Stats.
Expected.
Riri's definitely subscribing to that one.
Restore post. Riri, if we could please get where your mind is at, where the team is heading to from this point
I don't
onwards.
have a voice, bro. Like I don't have a voice. Like I'm legit sick. Like I'm sick. I'm sick, and I made time to come on this show to sit here and listen to this fuckery, bro. And you're giggling and you're skinning your teeth.
I have to. The show was going so smooth. I said, let me have a bit of chaos. The most I saw.
No, but chaos is fine. Brilliant. I'm all for chaos, but not fucking drivel, bro.
I'll be honest, yeah. But I think just a device for future. I think you might want to work on what stats you're talking about, but that's we leave that now. Yeah, we leave that now. Right, Riri's having a moment. Blackman, would you like to take a stab in the dark? All right, cool. Now, being all dead serious, Where do you see United going from here? What are you expecting? Realistically, eye test, not stats.
Riri or me?
No, I'm giving Jackman a chance to.
Sorry, I didn't even realize. Yeah, I think I said it before. In it, my expectation is that we beat Brighton. My expectation is that my man gets his trim after 5 games. Even looking at the run, it's like I know obviously what Forest away, Spurs away, obviously Brighton up. Do you know what I mean? If this was a couple of weeks ago, I'm saying that we're not taking those points, but I don't want to get ahead of steam. But obviously, if we can kind of put in the shift, and it looks like whether that's I like a bit the way it's gone from, because like when City brought in Donnarumma, there was the talk saying that he can't play with his feet and whatever and blah blah blah, right? So and I don't know if that's because obviously we've only seen Le Mans 2 games, yeah. But what I've seen so far, pretty much like Uncle was saying, is like it has been a more percentage based, long, kick it long, working off the second balls and stuff. Obviously, if Sesko comes on, that's a different scenario as well, the flick-ons and stuff. So I like the way sometimes we are kind of bypassing that and trying to not play out from the back, because that does kind of add that added pressure on anyway. So if we can carry on playing to those strengths and doing what I saw, because there was good points that I saw, yes, in patching in that Sunderland game. I know it was only Sunderland, but then this is why I was worried about the international breaks. I thought if we could have had Liverpool straight after, I had more confidence that we was going to go into that game and maybe get something. But I think with the break, I expected to see a better Liverpool coming off 3 losses. So if we can, honestly, if we can get a victory against Brighton, I think I'll start to get a bit more confident in terms of what the next few games will look like and how far we can, where we are. Because I've said it before, we've seen this story before. We've seen it before. Yep. We have the highs, we dip the lows, and then next thing you know, we'll be talking a different story if we lose against Brighton, and then it looks like we are tactically outclassed, etc., etc. So I just need to see more of the same. I need to see it. No pre-shots, no nothing. I just need to see more of the same stuff happening in this game, and then I'll feel more confident. But at the moment, it's you take your small steps and you take your wins when you can. But I am expecting a win against Brighton. I think the bounce is there, and I think we should get over the line, and then we'll see. But I'm not necessarily overexcited and saying, because when I have a lot of people now telling me that, looking at the table, and I'm not getting overexcited. It's still the same process that I was in before, saying this guy still needs to prove it, because like you said, Abs, when the starting lineup was there, I was thinking this guy is definitely looking to get the sack. Or even if it's not the sack, this guy is so out of his depth, because why is he playing so? Why is he still doing the same and making those same mistakes?
And you know what? I actually sat there and I thought, and I've actually always given Ruben a bit. Again, I've watched Sporting for a while since he took over, so I've always been impressed with his work. But when I saw that lineup, I said, "No, I don't think you're stupid. So I think you're trying to get 12 million." That's all I came to my mind. Let me go through these super chats real quick. Bots, they're both aimed at you, right?
Hey,
I don't even know what this
shout out
question is meant to me. So I'm just gonna. I'm with your stats knowledge. Could you answer that? I give you 10 seconds to answer it before Riri leaves.
No.
The eye test.
He doesn't know, does he? Cool. Skip. Anyway, next one. Bots. Which football scholar uses post-shot data? I ain't gonna lie to you, Bots. That's a new
I've never heard
scholar
of that
level.
in my life.
That is a new scholar level.
It's really not that deep. It's anyway. I don't want
Hell,
to.
it's not deep.
It's not that deep. I don't want to go into it right now. I don't want to go into it. But
I reckon someone's got you signed up to some pyramid scheme, you know, like some football pyramid scheme, selling you like some WAS content.
Someone
like
has
some
given
mad
him
spreadsheets.
30-day access to too much stats. You know when they give you the free access for 1 month, and you don't even understand the numbers you're saying, but the numbers look good, so let me just use it anyway, right? Just to give you advice. This is how traders get themselves in debt, yeah, because they think the stats are saying this is the right trade to do, and it's not. But throw that out there. I have to put this comment up because, Brush, you made me laugh when I saw this. But all I need in this life of crack, is me and my XG.
Shout out, Brush.
Yeah. All right. Quickly. I'm quickly just going to throw my opinion, and then everyone's going to have to say their piece, and then it should about 16 minutes. Should take about 16 minutes. As I said on my channel, even though I want to win against Brighton, and I think we have quite a good record against them at home, I might be wrong, but someone let me know. So yeah, I do think that we can sneak a win, but I'm tempted to, don't get me wrong, because when you listen to the media, you go, "Oh, Tottenham have had a good start to the season. We're 1 point away from them." Crystal Palace had a good start to the season where they got the same points. Bournemouth had a good start to the season. We're 2 points away from them. So there is a little bit of me that wants to point out and go, we're not that far from getting it right. But then at the same time, history dictates my mind, my thought process. And I've seen us do well against a big team and then gone on a stinky run afterwards. So these next 2 games will be critical. But most importantly, I'm still waiting to December to actually write off everything as I promised I would pre-season as well. Stinky last 2 years. Yep, you're right. So I believe, what the hell? Where's Peter gone to? I believe Riri, this time we want your answer. What do you think the future holds for United? What you're expecting? Or how are you going through the process of the next 5 games? Do you think they are going to start a run?
Like
or are
I
you going to be
started
careful?
when we started the show and we were talking about the results. Like I said, I was happy to see this team play as a team. And if we continue to play as a team and beat Brighton and beat
Forest, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Then yes, I could see us doing something in this season. But we have to beat those mid-table teams and those teams that are 13 and 14 on the table. Those are the teams that I want to see us beat convincingly. And I don't want to see a jing-bang 1 goal in the 86th minute kind of situation. I want to see, knocking them out before the 55th minute of a game where they have no way of coming back and winning or drawing the game. That's what I want to see. I want to see convincing wins. That's the word I'm looking for.
Do you think so? When do you want to see the convincing win? Is it like next game, couple of games?
That's what I said. Brighton and Forest.
Oh wow, okay. Do you not think that might be a step too early?
No. According to the XG merchant.
Oh my God.
Really? Don't go there.
That's a fair point. Peter, what are you expecting for United the next few games?
Here we go.
7
He's the one
points.
expecting again.
I expect 7 points.
Well, next 3.
Next 3, yeah. 6 points against the next 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that guy and his haircut, to be honest with you. I don't want 7 points.
Peter, with that game, with Tottenham, that game yesterday, them bottling that game, you don't think we can beat Tottenham?
But you know, previous experience, really, like last season they beat us 4 times. I'm not that confident, but you never know. New season.
Can I
But
actually?
First, let's go game by game.
Peter, if we take wins against over the next 2, Brighton and Forest, there's no way we're not bouncing into that Spurs game. There's no way.
Can I add something about that Spurs game?
From this standpoint.
Can I add something about that Spurs game? Because I watched a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't have the confidence against Spurs is that game I saw Aston Villa and Spurs high pressing for a good 70 minutes of that game. Both of them were just doing it to each other. Of course, that sounds weird, but it was just constant high press. Tottenham try and build up for the back. Aston Villa are on them, right? Aston Villa try and build up the back. Tottenham are on them, and he just kept going like that. And that's when, after about 60 minutes, 70 minutes, I said mistakes are going to be made now because everyone was looking tired. Kudos was looking knackered at one point, right? And it was pretty much early.
Yeah, I watched that game, and you're right. You're wrong.
And I'm saying this now, with all respect to what we did against Liverpool, we will not be able to handle that press. So if he's going direct from now on, good, that beats that. But if we ever try and play from the outside the back again, and we play against Tottenham, and the way they constantly press Villa, we're going to get cooked. We're going to get cooked. We're not going to match that energy. We're still not there to match that energy. But we'll get there when we get there. We'll see how they play the next 2 games, see if they maintain it. But all right, so quickly, Pav, what are we? In fact, you're you're going to tell me anyway. What are you expecting for United the next 3 games?
Are you able to pull up the league table while I talk? So you said we got Brighton, Forest, and Spurs. Is that in order?
That's the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the order.
That's gonna
no one's mentioned that Stone Cold Steve Austin's back managing, so that one could be a banana skin. The Brighton one out of all 3 games is the one that I'm hoping that we do a job, because the way Brighton play, you just talked about pressing and all that. Brighton are the kings of doing that, suffocating you, making mistakes, and clearly they've battered us the last few years. So if we can do a job on them, and then I think the Forest game with Baldy back at the realm, I think we're going to have a lot of possession. That one there, we're going to be playing against a low block team. They won't be doing what they've been trying to do with Ange and Nuno, but the Spurs game, are we home or away?
Away.
The next 2 games, Forest and Tottenham away.
I won't say anything on the Spurs game. I want to see the next game, and then the Forest game. Them 2 more. That will tell me where the team's at by the time it comes to the Tottenham game. But obviously, ideally, 9 points would be the dream. Where are we? 9th.
Yeah.
But
who's above us?
Everyone above. So we're drawn points with Palace. I think Sunderland, Tottenham, Chelsea. They all think, but yeah, I'm not even.
So I'm thinking if we get 7 to 9 points, then 7 or 9 points, we're going to be in that top 5, aren't we? We could be in that top 5, depending on other results.
I mean, if we win next week, I think.
It all depends on the result for everyone else. Like I think Peter said it in the group chat. We're 1 penalty away from being there in the first place.
2 penalties from second.
Like if we put it in, if we put those things into context.
So now you're talking about expected penalty conversion.
Whoa! Who said that?
If
Got you.
Gakpo scored a hat trick, we would have lost it.
What's-
Do you know what I mean? We can't. It is what it is, isn't it?
What's-
It's
If I
done,
may
mate.
go
What's
real
fun-
quick, man, I'm about to deep in a bit.
All right, go on then.
Like, if I be honest, for me, the way I feel about the coach, I'm looking to be won over. Right? I'll be honest. I still feel the same way I feel about him. However, Riri used a word earlier on which I would take that word and I will switch it. Riri says she's looking for convincing wins, which I get that. I'm looking for a spirited win. You understand? Even because some of the games in playing Brighton, we are not just playing against talents now. We're going to play against some really hardworking players, right?
Mhm.
You know, they are not like Liverpool that is coming to dominate you with their skills, you know, with all of the nice stuff that they do. You're going to play Brighton. You're going to see players that are ready to scrap, right? Players that are ready to go tackle for tackle, right? And I'm hoping that we can take the same spirit of last game, we can take that spirit into the upcoming games. And that's what I'm looking to see in these next 3 games. Hey, if we're able to get 7 points out of it, that will be great, right? Right. But the spirit of it, for me personally, is the most important thing, the way we go about it, and especially for the coach. If he can't make tactical adjustment, because as great as yesterday was, let's be honest, with the starting lineup he did, if we had lost that game, he would have been for slaughter during today's show, because that's the truth. So hopefully the result of this next set of runs can validate what is done with the team, can validate a system, whatever that might be, right? And I hope that they can still put that spirit of hard work, winning the second balls, play, not just playing down to the level and say, you know what, oh, we are Man United, this is Brighton, we could just, we've got all these glories, we are getting our Instagram likes up and everything, let's just relax and not go back in there, with the same level of hard work. So that's what I'm looking to see. I want to see the spirit. How do they show up? Do they still put the character in? Do they still put the hard work in? And hopefully we can get a result that favors us, because like we also said, if it is just based on XGs, Liverpool should have won the game, right? So it's not just about that. Hopefully that we are able to get results that, favors the hard work that we put in.
But JJ, the next
Before
game,
you go,
I think,
JJ. Oh, sorry, go on, Peter.
yeah, I think the next game would be the toughest one, psychologically, because
I agree with you.
everybody would be watching.
Oh,
us.
2 of those 3 games at Old Trafford, considering we just played away at Liverpool.
No,
Only one. Only one is
one.
at Old
Brighton
Trafford.
home,
Brighton one
Forest,
is
Spurs away, Everton at home.
Brighton
after
is at
that.
home. The other
And then
It
2.
will be
Palace
tough
away.
because everybody will have their eyes on us. We just beat Liverpool. Everybody's
Yeah.
expectation is to win. I'm not sure. Like, for me, if you lose against Brighton, the game against Liverpool, history.
So I actually
enough,
disagree. Peter, I disagree. And here's what I'm trying to say.
No.
Let me tell you why.
You cannot beat Liverpool away and lose at home.
No, I disagree with you. What if the Brighton keeper have the game of his life, right? What if that happens? But if we play, if we are slack enough with the way we play, if we play against Brighton and they put everything on the line and we lose like maybe 1-0, right? The last time we played Brighton, and I'm not too sure about the score, I've seen scores of like 3-0 against Brighton. They've spanked us, right? This same Brighton team.
For
Right?
3 years, like right now.
Exactly. So that's why I keep saying on the spirit of how do we play. And I'm not here to take moral victories or anything, but where this team is right now, if we go against Brighton and we got shots after shots after shots, and the keeper is diving in and out and is having the best game of his life, you know what? I feel like, you know what?
I don't care, bro.
They followed up with it. You've got to.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know you're going, JJ. Yeah. So
Yes,
let me. The next 2 games, the next 2 results. Let's say you get a loss at Brighton and a win at Forest, right? Are you going to go straight back to the mold of you in when you're saying Amarin needs to leave, or are you now looking into the results more, looking for more context and saying, but I like the way those two games and how the team performed?
Personally, where I am right now, I'm looking for more context, right? If we go into Brighton and we are back into the way we played against Fulham, and we are back to the days of Grimsby, which is not too far away, I'm sorry, I still want him gone. Because
Okay.
that means it's just them playing against a big team, and maybe their girlfriends are watching them on TV, and they finally decide, what, let's not embarrass our family name. You gotta do that week in, week out.
Yeah. Okay. I know you're leaving, Bots. Yeah. So quickly, same
Sort of
question to
family.
you. Same question to you. If United go to Brighton, I'm sorry, Brighton come to United, we lose that one, and then let's say we win against Forest. Yeah. Are you looking at the results, or are you looking at performances individually? Are you mixing it with both of them to decide where you're at with Amorim?
Oh, at this moment, I'm performance based as opposed to pinning a lot of blame on the manager. Of course, I'll always look at the manager and try and look at like what is it that he's doing tactically to get better, because obviously let's not forget he's a young guy, right? So but as a young manager still, he's the only manager right now to win away from home at both Anfield and the Etihad across the last 5 Premier League seasons. So there is something that he's cooking, and he just needs to learn how to play against these teams that are mid-table teams. And the moment he figures that out, I think, that's when more people will start believing in him. And right now, performance over everything. We can have a moment where the referee is against us. We can have a moment where there's a bozo moment, but sometimes the bozo moments cloud the picture. And for me, I look at the bigger picture, and I think he will do all right. We most likely might get a draw versus Brighton, and we most likely might get a win, a very nervy win versus Nottingham Forest, because they're going to have the new manager bounce as well going on. So anyway, I'll leave with that and say Ruben Amorim, he's cooking. Let's let the system and run the expected likes up, guys. I'm out of here.
All love, Bots.
Later, Bots. Just as you said he was cooking, this comment came up. Brother, wherever he's cooking, he's wiping out the village with deadly food
Got
poisoning.
baking soda in it. like Bots' jollof rice.
Oh, this guy, that Bots has killed me today. Thank you so much for making this exciting. Hope you guys go check out his channel. I'm sure you are. It's full of those crackheads. Compliments and statements.
Yes, please go check out Football Power Hour.
Yeah, man, 100%. All right, guys, we hit the 1:30 mark. So, same question to everyone else. So let's say the next 2 results are a loss to Brighton and a win to Forest. Pav, this is going to be easy for you. Do you still look for context, or do you just say get this guy out? Pav,
what was that again? A loss to who?
A loss to Brighton and a win to Forest.
I've already said this before to KG. No matter what happens, I'm the manager out unless he gets us top 4, top 5, whichever thing gets us into Champions League football. So at the moment, I don't really come on saying get this manager out anymore, because my mind doesn't change.
Yeah,
I'll praise him for the good stuff, and I'll cuss him for whatever he's doing bad. But by the end of the season, because I know he's going to be here to the end of the season, I said this before, by the end of the season, if he's not got us in Champions League football, then unfortunately it's Amorim out still.
Okay.
So whatever happens, like in the Brighton Forest game, Tottenham game, it's irrelevant to me. It's just he needs to do his job, and the players need to do their job. You need to get us Champions League football. Europa League, don't cut it for me no more.
Fair. Any last words you want to say before I move on to anyone else? I'm going to end it from this point.
Yeah. Arnie Slot, your comments after the game, you fucking bull prick. Yeah. Take your defeat like a man, you waste man.
Didn't he sound like Ten Hag?
Brother, the man was talking about set pieces. Brother, we're one of the worst teams when it comes to set pieces. You're calling us set piece merchants, you prick. This is why you can't take bull people serious. No offense, Abs.
Where do you get the 8 minutes, bro? Where do you get the 8 minutes at a time, bro? Like,
all right, Pav, thanks for that, man. See you in a bit. All right, Riri. Wait, Peter, what time is it at your place? It don't matter.
12:40.
I'm the only one it's early here.
Damn. Cool. All right, Riri. Same question to you. We lose to Brighton. We win against Nottingham Forest. Are you looking for context, or do you want this man out?
Again, my context is the team ball. That's my context, and I've been saying it for time. That's my context. It, it depends. Like to Peter's point, it depends on how we play. If we're playing and we're putting in a shift, and we put in 109, but the other team put in 110, I can't fault these guys. I can't fault the coach. It just wasn't our day on that day.
Yep.
But if we're going in there and we're phoning it home in the first 20 minutes, then we have a problem. So for me, that's where I'm at. And again, I'll say this, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter who the manager is. For me, you got to play as a team on that pitch. Week in, week out. You got to come to play as a team on that pitch. There's no individualities out here. We're not doing that no more. We need to move away from that. Because we see when we play as a team what we can do. And when we play for the badge, what we can do. So that's where I'm at, Abs. Like legit with this, with this team, with the manager, with the organization, that's where I'm at. Like, I just want results at this point. I just want to win. Or if we can't win, we gotta fight. We gotta play like we care.
Excellent.
So that's how I feel about the team. On my personal message, I just want to say, I hope everyone that celebrated Diwali had a very happy and peaceful Diwali today. And the message for Diwali is, good over evil, light over darkness. So I hope everybody's light is, a little brighter today.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Riri. I should have let you be last to come off, that, but it is what it is. It's done now. Thank you, Riri. All right, Peter. I know you've already answered the question about performances and stuff. So your one is just any last words, mate? To United fans.
I just want to win against Brighton. I don't care about Nottingham Forest as of now. I need Brighton. I need a Brighton win. First 20 minutes. I don't know if you remember the Atletico Bilbao game. When we played there in the first 20 minutes, the atmosphere, was crazy. They should have scored 3 goals.
Mm-hmm.
But we tempered it and we scored 3 goals. So we need to utilize the first 20 minutes where the energy is at the highest. Score 2 goals and then get the job done.
Yeah.
As for my final words, when I said title charge, I meant it.
Oh, Jesus is Lord. I'm glad he kicked himself out. I couldn't reach the mouse fast enough.
This guy.
Yes, Jackman, my friend.
Realistically, it's been too long that this club has not given us stuff to get excited about. So I'm glad that obviously we've had this victory and it's been nice. And it's still going to be a turbulent season. We know, obviously, Amarin's being given that green light. He's not going nowhere. Have I changed my mind necessarily on the whole scenario? No, but I want our team to win. So, however that looks like, make it happen. So even I know we can win the next. Let's say we win the next 2, we win the next 3.
Yeah,
there's gonna be downs again. Do you mean I know that? But just give me something to shout about because we've been in the doldrums for too long now. So even now, looking at 9th place, you know how mad that is. That I'm more excited about being in the top half of the table. Do you see how crazy? Do you see how low the expectations have gone? But yeah, I just want us to win it. So if he proves everyone wrong and does what Peter says or gets champion, do you know what I mean? All those things, you know how happy we'll all be. And that's all we want. That's all we want, our team to win. So let's not be too down. Let's not be too up. Let's stay humble, like you said in the message there, innit? Let's just not get too gassed. Let's stay humble, but let's just just get behind the team, and hopefully good times will come and take it from there, man. But it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much, Jackman, man.
Peace and
Good
love,
to have
man.
you back on the show as well, man.
Yeah, man. It's been nice. It's honestly, no, the pre-shot stuff was mad, but no, it's been nice to kind of.
The show was so mellow, yeah. And the moment I saw Bots, I said, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
No, he obviously that's I'm clipping that. I've got to put that out on the socials. That crash out was mad. but no, I've enjoyed it, man. And it's always love on this channel, man. So yeah, man.
Always. Yeah. Respect, man. Respect.
Right,
have a
bro.
good one. Guys, what an entertaining show. Picked up right in the middle. Thank you, Bots, for that. My quick opinion on what's happening next is a bit of a Spartan moment. Win or come back on your shield, boys. That's what the players, they have to come off that pitch, and I have to believe they tried their utmost and they fought every minute or as much as physically possible. Right? You give me that, and I can look away at the results and think, okay, cool, we're unlucky there, but you know what I mean? If they play like that again, we'll definitely run over someone. Right? If they can just do that energy, that fight that they had in Liverpool against Brighton, I don't even care. I know we're going to get the result. And this is what it is, because the next 3 teams are going to test that energy of ours. So I have to back it. Either fight and win or die on your shields and come back. That's it. That's it for me. On a more personal note, thank you so much for all the guys that prayed for me when I sent my last messages as well. Things looked up from that moment, but there's still a fight to go on that. So I just want to say thank you. I know people prayed for me and prayed for my family, so I want to just say thanks for that. Please keep them going, though. Do you know what I mean? Keep them going. On another note, just want to tell everyone in the comments, please, thoughts and prayers and strength and love to Pav as well. I know he didn't say nothing, but I'm going to take the lead and say something about that. If he tells you what it is, he'll tell you. If he doesn't, it doesn't. But just get some prayers and some love to him as well. And yeah, man, life is bigger than football, even though football is the biggest thing in my life. Guys, have a good one.
Drop a bomb, 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 bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. None can compare with the KG done. Better take cover when he drops that. Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb, bomb.
Who are you on? Your club!
I said drop a bomb, Dad.